right there. Thank you.
One down.
Damn it. There we go, finally.
These truths the Maker has revealed to me, as there is but one world, one life,
Let's.
one death.
Good day.
There is but
Or
one.
good as it could be with the sky ripped apart.
You don't need...
Can I see what you have for sale?
Of course. My wares are at the table.
Ah. Yeah. Yeah, not as good as... That's actually pretty good. That's not very good. I don't think I can do anything with that. Rogue only. I didn't know this was all available. Okay, let's get it. Okay,
Though they sang hymns of praise,
let's go and add some more stuff to Varric's Bianca.
Good day to you.
nothing is hot.
Oh, crap.
Good.
There. As you can see, the rift is still in the sky. I think it's pretty awesome that they're able to have it animated in the background. As you can see, it's swirling slightly. We'll do it this way.
Blessed are the righteous, the lights in the shadow. In their blood the Maker's will is written.
Okay, a chant for the departed. The light shall lead her safely through the path of this world and into the next. For she who trusts in the Maker, fire is her watcher. As a moth sees light and goes toward flame, she should see fire and go towards light. The veil holds no uncertainty for her, and she will know no fear. For death, for the Maker shall be her beacon and her shield, her foundation and her sword. Transfiguration 10:1, often sung by mourners as they light candles. Mother
Apothecary Adon will
Giselle.
have more poultices for the injured as soon as
Greetings,
possible,
Herald
revered
of
mother.
Andraste. How fares your quest to seal the breach?
Damned if I know.
I'm doing everything within my power.
A task such as closing the breach is a heavy burden. I hope you do not carry it alone. We remember Andraste, but Andraste did not carry the Chant of Light alone. She had generals, advisors, even her husband for a time. Do everything within your power, but remember those who would help you.
You keep talking as though I'm the equal of Andraste. Do you know how unnerving that is?
I can only imagine. But we are all given to our purpose under the Maker. A sword does not ask to be forged.
A sword isn't
And
sentient.
frankly, if such a comparison gives you pause, I do not see that as a bad thing. In any case, I pray this Inquisition proves less brutal than its predecessor.
I hope so too.
Do you know who the Grand Clerics will choose as the next Divine?
It is a difficult decision. All the obvious candidates perished with Divine Justinia at the Conclave. The Grand Clerics are terrified of the Inquisition. They will not decide soon, and I fear they will not decide wisely. Whoever is chosen needs the Inquisition's support. No one else seems likely to seal the breach.
Can you tell me about the original Inquisition?
The original Inquisition was formed after the First Blight, well before the Chantry as we know it. The Inquisitors were hunters, zealots, who tracked and killed cultists and dangerous mages. As Andraste rose to power, the Inquisition came into her service. Instead of hunting those who would do harm, the Inquisitors spread the Chant of Light by force.
Oh.
No wonder everyone is so nervous around us. Who chose that name?
Divine Justinia herself. I understand that this was not a popular decision. In any case, once the Chant of Light had spread far and wide, there was less need for zealots. The Inquisitors became the seekers of truth, and eventually the Templars.
This is a dark chapter of history for the Divine to revisit.
Do you know what impresses me most about the original Inquisition? They fought horrific battles, killed and died for their cause, and when it was time, they put their swords away. Perhaps the name was Divine Justinia's message, that when the Inquisition is needed, it will strike without mercy. But when its work is done, it will put its sword away.
I hope that's the case.
Farewell.
Make her go with you.
Okay, so there's like this is just
The Inquisition cannot remain, Ambassador, if you can't prove it was founded on Justinia's orders.
This is an inopportune time, Marquis. More of the faithful flock here each day. But allow me to introduce you to the brave soul who risked her life to slow the magic of the breach. Sir Trevelyan, may I present the Marquis d'Aurelion, one of Divine Justinia's greatest supporters.
And the rightful owner of Haven. House d'Aurelion lent Justinia these lands for pilgrimage. This Inquisition is not a beneficiary of this arrangement.
Interesting, considering the Inquisition was begun by the left and right hands of the Divine.
I've seen no written records from Sister Liliana or Seeker Penticus that Justinia approved the Inquisition.
If you won't take her at her word, I'm afraid Seeker Pentagast must challenge him to a duel.
What?
It is a matter of honor among the Navarrans. Shall I arrange the bout for tonight?
No. Perhaps my reaction to the Inquisition's presence was somewhat hasty.
We face a dark time, Your Grace. Divine Justinia would not want her passing to divide us. She would, in fact, trust us to forge new alliances to the benefit of all, no matter how strange they might seem.
I'll think on it, Lady Montillier. The Inquisition might stay in the meanwhile.
I'm so pleased the Marquis isn't tossing us out into the cold.
His Grace is only the first of many dignitaries we must contend with.
You expect more people in Haven?
Undoubtedly. And each visitor will spread the story of the Inquisition after they depart. An ambassador should ensure the tale is as complimentary as possible.
May I ask what brought you to work for the Inquisition?
Sister Leliana approached me. We've been acquainted for quite some time. For better or worse, being the Inquisition's diplomat has become as interesting as she promised.
What sort of dealings have you had with nobility?
For some years, I was the royally appointed court ambassador from Antiva to Orlais. The nobility of Thedas is a rather singular sphere. Those I'm not acquainted with, I know through reputation.
The Inquisition is lucky to have you as an advocate, Lady Montchilier.
Thank you. Let us hope so. Thedas' politics have become agitated as of late. I hope to guide us down smoother paths. But please excuse me. I've much work to do before the day is done.
You're a godsend, Josephine. Truly.
Yes. Good.
So I pick up these things for research, and basically what it means is I turn it in here, and this lady here, Menaive, she uses it to find weaknesses so that killing things like demons or rams or phoenix or the nugs becomes even easier. The children of Andraste. There are many misconceptions regarding Andraste's bloodline, monsieur. I'm afraid I'm not good at speaking French. This is due, I should think, to a general lack of knowledge regarding Andraste's mortal life. Understandable, considering the many cults that arose following her death. Everyone sought to claim Our Lady for their own culture, or claim some aspect of her existence as a lie, all of them complete fabrications. My order has done considerable research to ascertain the truth. We all know Andraste and the Betrayer raised 5 children. The eldest 3 were sons, Isaroth, Evrion, and Verald. The rule of what was once southern Tevinter was split among them. Isaroth was given the west, what is today Orlais. Evrion was given the east, what is today the Free Marches. Verald was given the central Planocene, what is today Nevera. What became of these men and their legacy is the stuff of the legend, and the majority of claimants to Andraste's bloodline link back to one of them. None of the 3 sons, however, were born of Andraste. They were born of the Betrayer's concubine, Gillivain. People choose to overlook the fact that Andraste came from the Alamari tribesmen and that they were barbarians, not the Feraldans we know today. They were savage warriors who took concubines in addition to their wives. Because Andraste was thought to be too weak to bear children, the Betrayer took Gillivain to provide him heirs, which she did. After her death, the sons were raised as Andraste's own. Later in life, Andraste proved predictions wrong and had 2 daughters by the Betrayer, Ebris and Vivial. They were kept out of the public eye and not permitted to marry, though both had consorts. Ebris had but one child, Ali Vemar, who perished on a voyage to Denerim, less than a month after her mother fell to plague. And without children of her own, the younger daughter, Vivial, was more controversial. A strong-headed woman who defied her family by falling in love with a mage of Tevinter, Regulin. Vivial and Regulin went into self-imposed exile as the Exalted March began, and into hiding following Andraste's betrayal and murder. What became of Vivial and her descendants is largely unknown for one primary reason. She had only daughters. Each of those daughters only had daughters. They married into other families and took other names, and in the chaos of the Second Blight, all traces of survivors were lost. Andraste's true bloodline, if it exists, lies solely in the descendants of Vivial, and the suspicion of my order is that it produces only daughters. Thus the claims of your young man, monsieur, are highly suspect. From a letter by Sister Galena of the Augustan Order, Dragon 912.
You're the Herald. Or, well, the one they're calling the Herald, anyway. I hope the Inquisition can restore order soon. I never really wanted to leave the Circle. My name is Maeve. I research demons and other creatures. Seeker Pentagast and I use what I find to help the soldiers fight them.
You said you were a mage.
No, just an apprentice. I was never very good at magic. I've got just enough talent to be a danger to other people. But when the mages rebelled, people like me had nowhere to go. The Templars would have killed us. Luckily, Seeker Pentagast took me in, along with the Tranquil I was protecting.
I'm surprised that even an apprentice mage wouldn't join the rebellion.
I don't like using magic to fight. I'm not good at it either. I liked studying. I liked performing rituals that helped us unlock the secrets of the Veil. I liked having the Templars around to keep us safe.
Most Circle mages I've met have a different opinion of the Templars.
They have not lived my life. I was born into a Dalish clan. I lived there until my magic manifested. The Dalish cannot risk having too many mages in one clan. And I was one more than they could bear. They gave me a pack and sent me into the woods to find my own life. I was 7 years old.
No wonder you'd rather stay in the Circle. You had more than enough life outdoors.
I stumbled into a village, starving and cold a few weeks later. I started using magic to scare predators away. The villagers saw me make fire in my fist. They were terrified and wanted to kill me. Templars saved me from them. They gave me food and clothes and took me to the Circle. I've seen what life is like without the Templars, and I want no part of it. I just want to study.
Good for you.
I found something the demons left behind. Can you use it?
Yes, that's very helpful. Just leave it there and the Tranquil and I will examine it.
Alright, she mentions something called Tranquils. Tranquils are mages that have basically had their powers sealed from them. And from what I understand, it causes them to lose like every aspect of their personality. They basically become kind of like robots. They just do as they're told. And it's kind of creepy. Well, not kind of creepy. It is creepy. Alright. Let's head off to Val Royeaux. And you now have access to missions. Mission operations take time and bring the Inquisition resources and rewards. Only one mission per advisor can be active at a time. Some missions have a preferred type, which results in less time required when undertaken by the associated advisor. Missions may also provide different rewards, depending on which advisor completes them. So, these are Inquisition perks. I have a point.
Any word?
Nothing yet.
A detailed study of magic and the places and creatures that interact with it. Opens up new dialogue options related to the Fade or Arcane studies. Grants plus 50% XP for each codex entry unlocked. Optimal cutting. Detailed studies show how to get the maximum usable harvest from each plant. Grants 10% chance to receive extra herbs with each harvest. Training and spotting where the pattern breaks in nature and civilization. Grants a significant increase to the discovery range of the searching action. See, I only have 1 point to invest in all of these. Antivan tailoring. Antivan tailors are famed for their ability to hide pockets seamlessly in garments. A few words to the Inquisition's friends to the north, and its forces can carry more items in the field. Increases inventory capacity by 15. That's pretty damn awesome. Tempered glass flasks. Better techniques in glassworking make more durable flasks, allowing more potions to be carried safely at one time. Adds 1 more potion slot for all party members. That's very useful. Detailed study of politics, rhetoric, and those who wield them to best effect opens up new dialogue options related to the nobles and politics. Grants plus 50% XP for each codex entry unlocked. Thanks to a few well-placed acquaintances and a carefully crafted reputation, merchants will pay the Inquisition 10% more for items sold to them. That'd be nice. From an expanding network of contacts among artisans, suppliers, and noble patrons, merchants will offer the Inquisition a 10% discount on their goods. Haven't bought anything yet. Inquisition procurers can leverage... Well, okay, I bought some of Ferric's stuff, but that was really cheap anyway. Inquisition procurers can leverage the organization's reputation to purchase a shipment of rare and valuable raw materials for crafting. I'd really like that, but I don't think that'd be particularly useful right now. Maybe later. Detailed study of underworld customs and their brutal but practical applications opens up new dialogue options related to criminal activities and grants plus 50% for each codex entry. Massage's method. A methodology developed by an Orlesian blade master and used by chevaliers to analyze their own performance in combat. Grants a 5% increase in XP earned from killing foes. Honestly, I kind of want that. Just so we won't spend so much time grinding. Alright. There are only missions in Ferelden right now. I can't do that yet. Gather coin available. Scout the Storm Coast, the Terran of Highever, address a nobleman's concerns, Harden Hightown 3, Varric's Revenge, the Black Emporium, deal with the relatives of the Trevelins. We always need more coin. Up until now, Inquisition forces have had the benefit of the Chantry's deep coffers. Now, the Inquisition is forced to seek out its own sources of revenue. Now, if it is going to grow further, trade in and out of Haven is limited at this point, but there are various opportunities to earn coin, provided the Inquisition is willing to focus its efforts on the matter. It would be a simple matter to collect secrets and sell them, with nothing traceable back to the Inquisition. Cullen, we have soldiers, let them protect caravans and do other honest work for coin. Trading in favors with merchants and the nobility is my specialty. It could earn us a great deal if we're careful. Yeah, Cullen has the largest. Josephine is the preferred. Let's go ahead with
At
her.
your service.
So these ones here, the rescue soldiers missing Ferelden, and these ones, these aren't missions that my advisors can carry out. Those are missions that I have to carry out. So after I go to Val Royeaux, I'll be going to the Storm Coast, and eventually I'll be getting down here. Ruffles, I need a favor. Actually, let's call it a loan, since I'll pay it back. I got a letter from my editor in Kirkwall today. She tells me that Harden Hightown 3, the repuntioning, appeared in print from an Antivan printer a couple of weeks ago. I'll give you a moment to contemplate the horror that is that title. I had my contacts in the Merchants Guild look for the author a couple years back. The best they could find out after spending a couple hundred gold was that Pyrrol Bellenforth is a pen name. I could have told them that for free. You've got contacts with the Antivan print houses. Maybe you could find out more than the guild. Ah, Liliana is apparently the best for this. Let's go ahead and do her.
Let's see what we have.
She's only 15 minutes. She'll be done in a little while. The Terran of Highever. In the concerns of the Terraner of Highever wishes to convey our deepest sympathies on the death of Divine Justinia V. The Most Holy was incomparable in her wisdom and dedication to peace, and we had high hopes that our conclave would succeed. We will hold a vigil in Highever in remembrance of Justinian and cordially invite the Inquisition to attend. We have a number of Ferelden officers. We could send an honor guard to Highever. Why not?
To work?
Now, Val Royeaux is right here in Orlais. The remaining Chantry clerics have declared the Inquisition heretical. Attempts to gather allies against the breach have been rebuffed, and at this moment we cannot step foot into the capital without being attacked by a mob or arrested. We must convince the Chantry to permit us entry into the city, so we can show them the Herald of Andraste is not the monster they believe. Alright. There's going to be a big loading screen after I confirm I want to go here. So I'm going to cut this particular video off right here, and then we will start back up in Val Royeaux, skipping the loading screen and everything. It'll be great.
Having the Herald address the clerics is not a terrible idea.
You can't be serious.
Mother Giselle isn't wrong. At the moment, the Chantry's only strength is that they are united in opinion.
And we should ignore the danger to the Herald.
Let's ask her.
I'm still covered in blood. Ha!
What can they do is just talk.
Don't underestimate the power of their words. An angry mob will do you in just as quickly as a blade.
I will go with her. Mother Giselle said she could provide us names. Use them.
But why? This is nothing but a...
What choice do we have, Liliana? Right now, we can't approach anyone for help with the breach. Use what influence we have to call the clerics together. Once they are ready, we will see this through.
Cassandra makes it seem easier than it probably actually is. The remaining Chantry clerics have declared the Inquisition heretical. Attempts to gather allies against the breach have been rebuffed, and at this moment we cannot set foot into the capital without being attacked by a mob or arrested. We must convince the Chantry to permit us entry into the city so we can show them the Herald of Andraste is not the monster they believe. Yep. Alright. So, I'm calling it a night here. I hope you all enjoyed that. I'll see you next time.